Okay, our next thing would be, well, how do activities teach history and culture? Well, as we've talked about in other entries of this video series, our activities are designed to actually have something that is being taught. It's not busy work. So in our Children Around the World program, for instance, you'll be able to experience cultural gathering activities that let you take in a German night of music or an English tea party or a French fashion show, so that kids actually learn and experience for themselves some aspect of that culture right for themselves. They're trying it themselves. Of course, other activities actually are kind of try it yourself activities. In our medieval theme, kids are going to actually create what we call a 15-knot rope. Now that 15-knot rope is a rope that every foot along the rope is a tied knot. And kids actually make that 15-knot rope. And then when they're done with that, they utilize it just like medieval tradesmen used to measure out the shapes geometrically for those arched windows and arched doorways and the Gothic beautiful designs that we see. These were all done with a 13-knot rope. So you go ahead and the kids will make that, and before long they'll be understanding probably more about geometry than they did out of their math book by actually utilizing this to create arches, triangles, and different multiple trefoil designs using the geometry with their knotted rope. That's an example of some of the activities. The kids do retro games or cultural games that are native to a culture or time period. They will check in with different people and try things or redo things that historical people have done. Things are all over the board with our activities. We really try to keep it mixing up and doing all different things all the time. Another aspect of our programs are our scheduled books and literature. How do these teach history and culture? Well, very well. They really give the kids a sense of what it's like to immerse in a time period or a particular cultural place in a way that is hard to duplicate. There's nothing like kind of going inside the life of a character, a well-written character, and experiencing what their life is like, be it in ancient Japan or modern day Germany. These kinds of experiences give kids the sights and smells and the motivations of characters at that time period, and give them a way of really assessing, well, what would they have done in a certain historical time period, or when something kind of huge happens in their lifetime, what would they have done? These kinds of experiences really do give kids a flavor for the time period and help them to understand, well, just because we say that somebody went on a boat and crossed the Atlantic Ocean, and yes, we say that that's an important event, when you read a historical book, that kind of really comes to life for you and adds kind of that frosting on the top of the cake that will really help you to know this affected everyday people in everyday ways. Those are some great ways that literature helps us teach history and culture. Lastly, we also use multimedia to teach history and culture. Our history and culture guides include DVD suggestions. There's website links so that you can take virtual tours of colonial places or medieval ships. There's all sorts of things like that. You can go to online videos. There's videos that can be watched online, some of them historical, some of them cultural, some of them travel. You can visit famous landmarks in 3 dimensions. We offer the use of tablet books. Our newer technology allows our ebooks to be perfectly formatted for your average tablet, so that when you bring it up on your tablet, it's just beautifully displayed. Some of our parents have said they even hook up their tablet to their television and actually flash it up on the television so everybody can kind of gather around and experience those tablet books together. That's a great use of some of those interactives. And then, of course, there's online educational games, and tours of museums, maybe a working farm. All those things are things you'll experience with Winter Promise. We teach history and culture through all of these avenues: journaling, timelining, activities, multimedia, literature, great literature. These are all things you're going to find with Winter Promise.